You are listening to Two Heels and a Face Wrestling Podcast, a podcast where we believe wrestling is a buffet and there's something there for everyone. Make sure you're following us on all social media such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook under Two Heels and a Face. That's number 2 Heels and a Face. Make sure you check out our website, twoheelsandaface.com.
Era, 2 Heels and a Face.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Two Heels and a Face Wrestling Podcast. On today's episode, it's a quick and easy, simple show preview. We got Guardians of the Academy plus Tope Suicida Squad, I believe. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Happening on February 22nd at the LSA. Both freelance shows. One of them is featuring Academy students, and the other one is featuring white belt versus blue belt, friend versus friends, co-host versus co-host. Chris, can you just feel the excitement in the air? We're going to be at one of these shows, correct?
We are going to be at the LSA for one of these shows. Maybe I'll just stick around and see what happens throughout the day since I'm already there. Got to make up some wrestling shows. So Chris will definitely be there. Charlie, you will definitely be there. At least we're set to be there for Guardians of the Academy.
Yeah, we committed to one show. I think the second one is sold out, but what if we just keep drinking at the bar? Are they going to kick us out? Maybe.
Well, I mean, all we can do is try, right?
Yeah, we can try that. We can try that. But yeah, we're going to attend a show together, Chris. We failed at that last year.
Right. And,
there's no about this year.
To talk about this show, Guardians of the Academy, and a little bit about Tope Suicida Squad over here, we have none other than the champ.
Yeah, the champ is here, bro. Actually, hold on. Here, I got it right here.
There it is. Oh, you brought it.
Yeah.
The stream.
I also got a headband. Should I try and put it on?
Sure, if you want.
I'm wearing. I'm holding the phone with one hand, and I'm in my underwear. So I'm gonna try and do this. Try and do this one-handed.
This is risky.
Oh. This is just like when.
There we are.
This is just like when Sion takes off his mask to hand it over to somebody else and keeps the other one on.
Yeah.
That's skill. You had to use it. You had to use your mouth, but
yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, my camera's inverted. I'm twisting it the wrong way.
Wait up, Pink. Have you done? You've done a little pink. Pink's a color you've rocked before.
Oh,
right?
I love pink, dude. Spoiler alert! I think I'll be wearing pink second show of February 22nd. Getting a little bit ahead of myself, but yeah, I think I'll be wearing pink.
What if you came out all white to signify the white belt greater than the blue belt?
Yeah, that's true, but I don't want to accidentally poop myself. That's the risk you take with all white gear there.
You can really see the doo-doo.
Believe me, dude, with my gas, it's a possibility that it could happen. More likely than not.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Alfonso.
Thanks for having me, dude. Anytime you guys ask, of course I got to do it. Now that you've announced you only got 1 year left running this show, dude.
It's kind of freeing because I didn't even that me saying that makes me sound like we hate this podcast. We don't. We absolutely have loved doing it.
Yeah, you're like, this is such a chore. It's such a headache.
it can be at times, but I didn't even text Chris about an agenda. He put one together. I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to pull up the images on my phone.
Yeah, just wing it.
I am so let's just hang out kind of year and
for sure.
Agendas can go to hell and things like that. So no,
absolutely.
Guardians of the Academy, we want to bring you on because I know you've trained some of these people, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say more so trained with, kind of helped out. I was never an official trainer or whatnot, but definitely was around to see a lot of these people that are debuting, which I'm very excited to seeing their first ever matchups. Been around with them for pretty much a good majority of their training career.
Cool. So I don't think there is some art announced, some matches announced. I think your match was announced.
Yes.
But we're looking for, I think this is these people need it more than the main show, right? They need to know who are these people. And I think we're relying on you to kind of tell us who these people are. So the Guardians of the Academy. Oh, is that a Guardians poster in the background?
Yeah.
Look at that. It's come full circle.
Exactly, dude. Ready. I might have if you're at the show, I might have a surprise in my attire there. Little Easter egg should be fun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that Scion trading card. That's what we're trying to
Dude,
get.
oh dude, it'll be there. It'll be there. Trust me. Remember, just
What are
buy
those
some at the
going for?
merch
Like
table, dude.
50, 60?
I think I'm losing money by keeping them, but they're it's no, yeah, they're pretty neat, and right now they're in my trunk, so it shows you how valuable they are to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I realize I don't know what it is. I don't know if my like pants are too tight, but sometimes I'll just walk out, my trunk's just open. I'm like, how did that happen? And like my merch is always in there, and that's how like little merch I sell. The fact that nobody steals any of it, even when it's free, they don't take it, bro.
The people at LSA have resorted to just stealing out of the trunk now instead of
Yeah, no, but
taking
they
it out of
won't
the
steal out
goods.
of that. They look at my merch, and if anything, they put more in there.
Yeah, this guy
Few
needs a
extra
few
shirts.
more.
Yeah,
That's funny. Okay. Yes, the Guardians of the Academy, and like the main purpose of the show is mainly Academy students, right? Guys who just haven't had that much ring time.
absolutely. It's to showcase. I say the two main things is to showcase what the students from the Freelance Academy can do, the Freelance Wrestling Academy, and then two is like kind of like a sink or swim moment for a lot of these people. They've been working really hard for an opportunity, and now they're given one. So it's kind of like the ball's in their court. Can they make the most of this opportunity? Can they? We're blessed to have a great crowd and great fans at LSA that are very giving, and kind of see if they can connect with that crowd on their first
Yeah,
show.
yeah. I mean, like I think this show being sold out, or at least like this one is, right? Are they both,
They
or is it
both
just
technically are. I think it'll just be standing room.
okay?
Maybe for the second one, honestly, for the second one, I know sometimes because I know there's like usually a cap with tickets, but then sometimes they'll have GA tickets available for like the normal LSA show just day
Okay.
of, like very limited right after. So maybe you guys might be able to sneak in. I was gonna say just like pass out in the toilet, like in the bathroom, and
Yeah,
like set an alarm for 30 minutes and then just walk out.
that might
Just
work.
in, maybe.
I was
I
gonna
probably
say,
shouldn't
let's
be
buy a
saying that.
six
As,
pack
as a
and go
champ,
into
I
the
probably
ring.
shouldn't be. I probably shouldn't be giving out this advice, but
Yeah,
whatever.
pull a hornswoggle.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Going to sleep under the
hang out in
ring.
the ring. Yeah,
Yeah,
that could
you might
work.
find Chico under there.
Setting it up still setting it up.
Yeah, Chico tightening the rope still by himself.
um,
Oh,
okay,
dude, look
There he
at
is.
that.
there he is.
He
There he
looks
is.
good there.
Yeah, he does. He looks jacked.
Yeah,
What I was gonna say is what like the loyal fan base has showed out. I think because you're able to sell two shows, and like one of the
in
shows
one
people,
day.
yeah, exactly. One of the shows
Nuts.
people know they know that they're like it's for mostly the academy type of talent, and they're okay with that. They're willing to be like, okay, some of these matches. This is a different type of show, but we still want to pay our money to see it. So I think like the loyalty has been shown by the freelance
Ab-
faithful.
Absolutely. I think it's showing how much the freelance faithful trusts freelance, that they're willing to pay to go see a show, kind of a little bit, not even like a gamble or risk, but like they just saying it how it is. They don't know who most of these people are. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
lot of new
Mhm.
faces, a lot of debuts, and not many besides myself. I believe Blair and maybe one or two more people
right.
that have been on the main shows will be here, but they haven't been announced yet. So I won't say who. Um, but I can tell you this is the first ever Academy project or Academy show that does not have any of the trainers on it.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is literally all students, like
Cool.
Okay.
all students from the school, which is pretty neat. It's pretty cool, especially to be able to sell it out at a venue like LSA rather than like our old building or a different smaller building. The fact that the fans are trusting us and are willing to go there and witness history, it's something special.
Yeah, definitely,
Can
definitely. No,
you
that's cool. It's
can you
it's
tell
it's
us just real quick, right? So we're talking about a sold out show, and you say debuts. So there's going to be multiple people that are going to go out there and have their first match. What
Yes,
does that do
multiple people.
to somebody debuting to a full crowd LSA packed show?
It's tough for me to say. I think I know I can only speak for myself. When I debuted, was definitely in front of a bigger crowd. I feel like if you can feed off of their energy, you'll just perform better. And there's
Mhm.
no energy like a freelance wrestling crowd. So, like, I mean, they have all the tools. It's up to them to use them.
Yeah. It's kind of a sink or swim, not necessarily sink forever. I mean, but
No,
like
I
this
know.
is kind
Just
of
for now, you would say, because I mean, hey, the trainers, they would not put anybody on the show that they do not think is ready.
Yeah. And I think Charlie froze over
okay.
there. Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah,
He
I
just
did.
had a
I'm
mute
back.
because he had a fart real quick.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you
I
real
hope I'm
quick
not
about
wearing
your
my pants.
debut.
Wait, let me check.
I don't mute
Okay.
up,
Oh.
dude. I let it ring, man. I let people know my business.
I'm here to fart.
Yeah, be like, hell yeah, that was me.
My insides we got rotten insides over here. Watch out, folks.
Exactly, dude. My camera gets all blurry.
Like a sauna.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris, what was that question got lost in
Um,
the fart
yeah,
nonsense?
no, I was gonna ask you about your debut. You said you debuted in front of a larger crowd.
Yeah,
What was your debut like?
it was a Zello Pro in I believe Turner Ballroom in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Mm.
I wasn't even supposed to be on the show. I just showed up to help out, set up the ring, and my trainer at the time, Bryce Benjamin. I came back. We got food after we set up the ring, and he's like, "You got your gear?" And I said, "No." And he's like, "Oh." He's like, "Well, we'll find you gear." And he's like, "You think you can go wrestle 5 minutes with Hornswoggle?" I'm like, Absolutely." so, so not only was it like nerve wracking because it's a debut, you're in a place, uh, not even our home, Zello Pro, like, so it's not even freelance or anything. But then also against somebody you like grew up watching on TV. It's like I think my thing is like I just convince myself to not get nervous. Be like, I just tell myself like you just got to get through it, and like getting nervous won't help.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty gnarly though, and there was a huge turnout too. It's pretty cool.
that's sweet. Yeah, it's a perfect first
Sounds
opponent for you too, considering your style. I think.
Oh yeah, it was exactly perfect, dude. I was goofing around back then too, being a little silly goose.
I'm looking at some names here. So I know a few of these people have been in some scrambles, like Alfredo. How do you pronounce his last name? Is it
Albater.
Albater?
I
Okay.
gotta say that's I love these students, but man, sometimes they pick names. I'm like, you guys didn't really give a lot of thought into this. I'm
I
like,
almost said Albiter.
Albiter. Oh, dude, freelance Fredo for short. That'll just be much easier. These
I
people
know.
picked the hardest surprise. That match alone, besides Angel, it's like, bro, where are we? I just call him. I just call him by like the first name. It's so much easier.
Yeah, I know. I'm not shitting on Freelance Fredo. I know he follows us and it's like their stuff.
Yeah,
So, but I just didn't know how to pronounce his last name. Yeah, it
I
almost
don't
sounds
blame you, dude.
French.
I don't.
Albatier.
I told him like, bro, you trying to market yourself, or you trying to like put tongue twisters in people's mouths? Like, what are we doing here?
I like the Freelance Fredo moniker. That would have been
That's a good nickname. Alfredo. You could have just picked any easier name, man.
almost like it's sort of close to Alfonso. Maybe it's like
Sorry, mine's easier though because everybody
yeah,
knows Gonzalez. Like that's a pretty common Spanish last name.
that's true.
So many
Angel.
students from his academy picks up. Like remember even Ezio Orlandi. I was like, that sounds so close to like Orlando. I remember when he first started out, so many people would just say Orlando. I'm like, bro, what did you expect?
It's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a good point. People like Chris. I'm going to tell you, Chris is just people are we're bad with names. Like we're bad with names as a podcast. So any sort of like
it's a good trait to have if you're hosting an interview show.
It's the last year, guys. We're just drill. The have you seen that clip from Superbad where he's just like. He's like 2 weeks. I'm just drilling holes, and he's just drilling holes in wood. That's what we're just drilling holes over here.
What are you
like,
building here? It's like, I've just been drilling holes.
Yeah. Okay, Alfredo, Angel Escalera. We know him. He's been on the podcast before.
I'm sorry.
So it's cool to see him. It's cool to see him get more work. And then Antonio, another hard one.
Yeah, say this one. Yeah.
Esley?
I'm gonna be honest. This one I don't even know. It's like great guy. Great guy when he's not trying to sacrifice people, but
It's true.
another one, I'm like, you couldn't just pick like Smith or like James for a last name. Oh yeah.
Antonio James.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Or
I
Brown
found
or
the
something.
image. Yeah, Antonio Estley.
Sure.
I mean, Chris
That's
is.
what it is.
Both of you guys are Mexican, and you struggled
Yeah.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know.
He does have like the Mayan Aztec look. You
For
know.
sure. He always yells that he wants to sacrifice people, but I've never seen him. I don't think I've ever seen him win. So I
Okay.
don't know. Maybe it's a language barrier, and sacrifice means something else in his tribe. But this this was pretty cool because a little like insider. I know all three of those guys are pretty close group, and I feel like sometimes that's when you can do your best work is when you're in the ring with
Mm.
like friends
Yeah.
that you've trained with and come up with, because you guys know each other, you work with each other, like build yourselves up, and to get to like showcase that, I think it should be a really exciting matchup for sure.
Little foreshadowing for the main event of the
Oh
final
yeah.
show.
Oh
Coming up
yeah.
with someone,
Oh,
being close to
fun.
someone, having them, try and assert their
For sure.
dominance over you.
He said, yeah, that's all I do is dominate men. That's all I do.
So are you going to dominate a high level Nova Mars? Ooh,
Oh, dude,
spacey nickname.
very spacey, very fitting for the show. Uh, I got I'm so excited for this one because I remember I don't know if I was there for when Nova Mars first started, but I was there pretty early because when I came back from injury, there were so many new faces, so it's hard to tell like who had just started or
Yeah.
who like maybe people started like right after I got hurt and they'd been around and still haven't had a matchup, so it's kind of hard to gauge. But I mean, I've been there pretty much for almost all of Nova Mars's training career, and
Okay.
from the beginning, this guy's got just such a great attitude and work ethic, which is the best things you can have if you want to train to become a wrestler, in my opinion,
Yeah.
is to be able to mess up, ask for feedback, actually learn from it instead of trying and point fingers to saying like, oh, it's because this, or that. He's um, always had great work ethic. And another little fun tidbit is like we would like all bust his balls and he would take it like a champ. And anytime anybody takes stuff like that like a champ, like immediately my respect will like shoot up. I'm like, oh yeah, this guy, he's a great dude. He gets it. So they asked me which students that I have not worked would I, if I had any idea of anybody I'd want to work, and the choice was just super clear. Uh, because he hadn't even debuted yet. And I was asking, I was like, do you think he'll be ready by then? And they're like, oh, he'll have wrestled before then. Absolutely. So I'm excited to wrestle him. And I think it should be a great matchup and a great learning experience for him to realize you don't step up to the freelance wrestling champ, okay? Believe me, believe me when I tell you I am not holding back anything. I am going to unleash all of Team Alfonso, which is just me, on this man. And just to clarify, though, it is non-title because this will be
Okay.
Nova Mars' second match.
Yeah, he
To
hasn't
get a
earned it
title
yet.
opportunity, it's something you need to earn more so.
For sure.
So maybe this can be one of those free trials we're talking about. After I beat him, I'll just take his payday, and that'll be his fee.
Give him a nice handshake, brother.
Yeah,
On
I
his
mean,
way out.
if he earns it, we'll see.
I feel like the ball busting too is your guys' love language. If that's
Oh,
happening,
absolutely,
then
absolutely,
you're in the right spot.
dude. The more vulgar I am, the more grotesque and like haunting and evil things I say to you,
Haunting.
the better. The more I threaten you, the better our relationship is.
Did you get that from the isn't that from the bear where he's like stop haunting me, bro, which is basically just like like constantly harassing you with pranks.
Pretty much. But no, I've actually never haven't seen that show yet. I do want to watch it though. I see clips
Okay.
all the time, and I'm like, I used to work in a restaurant. I was never that good because it was just like a pizza joint or whatever. But dude, it's some
Mm.
of like my favorite memories. Looking back, it's just messing around. I remember we had a soccer ball, and anytime it was dead, we would go outside and just kick it at the brick wall. And my manager, I remember, hit he hit the Z on the LED pizza sign and it cracked and he ran inside. We all ran inside. My manager after he did that, he's like, "Oh shit!" And then I remember another time he hit the emergency like floodlight, outside
Yeah.
like on the exit
Yeah.
sign or whatever, and he broke that, and it's still just hanging there. So anytime I drive by there, it's so fun to see.
That's great. I mean, you can't get in trouble. The manager is doing it.
Exactly. I mean, the owner could still get pretty mad, but
Oh, I see.
that and
Yeah.
we'd kick these empty like buckets of oil into the trash bin. I never made it. My manager was doing like trick shots and getting them in. I'm like, man,
That sounds good for the environment.
yeah, no, for sure.
I see Mason Morgan versus we know Reagan Lydell.
Absolutely.
So
Gotta
she's
give
more of a
Reagan-
senior person on this, but yeah, versus Mason Morgan, who I'm not sure.
which
who
is
that
so wild to think now, just like looking at how much time has flown by. I think it was like 2000, either 20 or 21. Reagan Lydell started training at the Freelance Wrestling Academy. We're still at Pro Wrestling Tees, and it's just crazy to think it's already almost been 5 years since she like walked through the doors, and she has improved so much
Yeah, she's great.
on these shows, like drastically. Like her match with at this last show, I honestly think her and Corbin might have stole the show. It was so good. That's also to give props to everybody that was involved in that match, including the conduits of Corbin's knowledge, RJ Soa and CJ Martin. Those two guys did so great. Corbin, I could praise Corbin all day long. He is so, I believe he's so underrated
Yeah,
on the independent scene right now. He's so good.
yeah,
And no, but yeah, Reagan Lydell, she's been killing it. She's been getting better. Mason Morgan got something to prove, perhaps. Definitely, I believe, the biggest match of Mason Morgan's career thus far. This will be the first, I believe, singles match like on a show. I know Mason Morgan's been in a few scrambles, a couple pre-show matches, but this will be definitely the biggest matchup of Mason's career thus far.
okay. Yeah, no, there's a video on our, like a little clip on our YouTube channel. This is back probably when I cared more and I was uploading more, but and it's like from a couple of years ago, and I'm seriously asking Corbin. I was like, "Do you think you're underrated at Freelance?" So I would say go check out that clip. I can send it. To you, Alfonso, but like you, the
You
listener.
should, yeah. I'll be
You, the
viewer
listener,
number
go
2.
Yeah, exactly.
Me and
It's
Corbin.
more like 22, but still.
Oh, there. I was wrong.
And speaking of CJ Martin, RJ Soa,
Yeah.
yes, versus White Meat. White Meat is Stone Ambrose, the good boy, and bricked up Robbie Reeves, your favorite wrestler, probably on the show, correct?
One of them for sure. I'm trying to think of, well, besides myself,
Yes, yeah,
yeah,
besides
obviously, definitely, this will be, yeah, we've seen White Meat team at Freelance a few times.
yeah, that's true. I didn't know that's what
But
they were called, but we have seen them.
yeah, White Meat. It's funny, fun little story. They were on a show once, and I don't know how, but whoever was in charge of like, I don't know if it was the booker or this wasn't a Freelance show, by the way, or whoever just runs the run sheet. They just wrote white bread on the run sheet, and I was like, that's so much better. So I was like, for months, I was just calling them white bread.
That's great. I love that. It's just so plain.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, man, that's pretty brutal. But I think this will be a good, this will be a great tag team opportunity. This is time for CJ Martin and RJ Soa to show what Corbin has been providing. You know, they're the conduits of his knowledge. So now it's time for them to show that getting behind Corbin was the right move for them in their professional career.
Are they like does Corbin? How much actual like training does Corbin do? Does he train?
That man is so mysterious. I have no idea. He just pulls up from Minnesota, and I'm just happy to see him.
He's got so much energy too. Like I
Yeah,
feel like
so
every
much
time I
aura,
see
dude.
him just walk by, he's got so much.
He's always like, how's it going, man? He's like,
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, you just drove like 10 hours. Nah, not 10. My math sucks.
just a local legend. Just a
Pro's
professional.
pro, man. Pro's pro.
Yeah.
He should. I agree with everything you're saying though. Like that guy. I feel like he'll if he does whenever he does hang it up. I feel like he could go into just like training at an academy.
Oh,
100%.
absolutely. Absolutely. He's got so much knowledge. I wish I was one of his conduits, but I'm too busy being the champ.
You got a lot on your plate. Are you gonna
I
have
got other stuff.
Are you gonna have Corbin on Potting with Ego?
Dude, we really want to, man. I think our best bet, we didn't think about this because the last Freelance show, I believe there was second wrestling the next day, and he stayed in town. If we had known that, we would have tried to like meet up with him somewhere. We thought he was gonna, yeah, we didn't know he was gonna stay in Chicago. So I think either next time or that, or we're just gonna Ego might just book him. Just which I think would be great on an Ego Pro show, and then maybe you just
Oh
record at a show with him would be great.
no, yeah, you guys it'll line up again this year.
No,
I'm
for sure,
sure.
it'll for sure happen. We have to talk to him.
That's great. Okay, and then I'm seeing Davina Thorne versus Trent Wrigley. I know absolutely nothing about these individuals. This is very new, I think.
Yes, Trent has been on a couple shows. He's the surfer guy.
Okay.
Oh,
He was in
okay.
the last, and then Davina debut match.
Debut.
Davina, I'm trying not to call her by her shoe name because but yeah, she actually started training I think when she was like 16. She's been maybe training for I believe like over a year, maybe 2, and then all we do is bully her, for being a literal child.
Okay.
It's like, but no, I'll tell you what.
Uh,
I don't know much about Davina character, but I'll just speak to the person that I do know.
there you go.
She's very passionate and very passionate and very she loves wrestling like more than anything.
Okay.
And it will show in this matchup. Her passion will show and her love for wrestling will definitely show. Trent Wrigley, he's had a very quick connection with the crowd. They get the surfer gimmick. I always tell him like, dude, you're like as pale as like Casper the Ghost, and you're
He
supposed to
should
be
be
a
in white
surfer, dude.
bread.
He should be sunburned if he's a surfer.
That's
I'm like,
true.
Doesn't he get
bro,
built from like Naperville or something?
he was built from Bolingbrook, and I was like, dude, what are you
Ah,
doing? I was like,
God.
where
We're
are you
doing this
surfing?
again.
Where no, but you switched it now. I was like, where would you possibly surf in Bolingbrook? You go to the Y or something and go in the pool? It's like there's no waves there, dude.
It's a good point.
But yeah, no, he switched it now. And Ego, of course, is such a mark for himself. He's like, no, he should keep it. He should keep it. It's just like Mexico City Joliet. And I'm like, you're such a loser, dude. Uh, but no, this should be a great matchup too. Singles opportunity for Davina, which I don't know. It's tough. Again, I can only speak for myself, but I feel like it's better to like my first string of matches. For a while, every match was completely different. I had the singles match, then I had the regular tag, then I had a 6-man, then I had a 6-person scramble. It's better, I think, to start with a singles personally,
Okay.
because then like half the work is up to you, 50-50.
Hmm.
Where that's just goes to my work ethic though. I'd rather have the
That's
harder
true.
job to start off. Some people might prefer to start in a scramble where you get to share the spotlight with 5 other people or whatever. You only got to do 1/6 of the work and then kind of like dip your toe in the water to say, and then like kind of progressively like, get more and more. I would
Yeah.
much rather debut in a singles. So we'll see what Davina can do in this opportunity.
Well, it's just champ mentality. I mean, that's white
Yeah,
belt
dude.
mentality.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
You don't become 1/3 of potting with ego without this championship mentality. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. It's like the black belt of jiu-jitsu turns white. The black turn.
Exactly. Turn away. I should have gotten a black strip made. But
You should just show
up
up
to
with
4.
a replica. It's a different. Like, no, I'm a black belt.
I wish that's something Ego would do because he's such a
I was
mark.
to say Eagle probably has different colors
He
in the
would,
closet.
dude. He would. No, he bought himself a belt replica of a freelance title so he can keep it when he was done and give back the old one and not look like a mark and just buy himself a replica after. He's like, this is the belt I used on my run. He's like, or whatever. I'm like, you're such a mark, dude. He doesn't want to keep it. I remember he had the Frank the Clown belt too. I think Frank kept that one though.
Oh, okay. He would be like, no, I got this vision. And
I always do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's like, you have no vision. I always make fun of him for when he did that promo where they unveiled the Frank custom belt. He
Mhm.
throws the regular freelance title on the ground and then unveils the Frank one. But then every show after that, Frank was holding it and he's back carrying the regular one. I'm like, you just threw it on the ground. And then you're like, he's like, so like at some point you had to just pick it up and dust it off and throw it back on his shoulder. You're like, all right, I guess I'll carry it still.
Yeah. That's
Just call him a belt mark whenever you
convoluted.
see him.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think he knows that though. I
Oh,
think he knows.
absolutely, dude.
Yeah. Okay, I know. Yeah, Blair's on this show. I don't see any more, at least matches announced, but I know
For
Blair's
sure.
on it, and there's
No,
some
for
other
sure.
people too.
I believe there might be like maybe two minimum more matches for sure. I don't know if they will be announced, so I won't say anything yet. But there's still going to be some fresh
Okay.
faces. One for sure that has yet to debut. One that has had a match. at the Slash pre-show. Will be there as well. Some familiar faces for sure will be there.
Okay.
But it's not for me to technically say, but honestly, the fact that we were able to sell out ahead of time already with the lineup we have now is pretty incredible.
It is. It is. No, it's. I think it's like. It feels to me it's like the freelance faithful knows that how quick. Like, I mean, I think you look at like the people that you hang out with. I think you guys developed so quick. I don't know. I don't know what the right amount of time is. Right. Like, does it take 2 years for someone to finally get it or whatever? Like, I'm not a trainer.
Yeah,
neither is Chris.
It's different for everybody.
Yeah, it's different for everybody. But I think like we know like some of these people can be good enough because we've seen the current roster right now. Like the main show is a lot of Academy products, so I think people are like willing to invest their time.
Like look at that, you got myself, Koda, Davey, August, Trevor, Reagan, like so many of these people that are now like mainstays, all come from that school. So it's pretty special.
Yeah, definitely. I know we talk about like certain like eras for different promotions. This feels like the homegrown era for freelance.
It's pretty cool.
And I think they've always been homegrown, even when it was like it started with like just Nix and his friends too, and a lot of those guys grew into really awesome wrestlers. But this is like the Academy grown era
almost. 100%, because when freelance started, it was a lot of the in Chicago wrestling, especially there was very like I don't know, it's cliquey for like lack of a better term.
Yeah.
So what made freelance special in the beginning was they were showcasing the people that weren't being used on a lot of Chicago indies and showing what they can do. So it was kind of like all the people that didn't get as much exposure, and then they killed it, and it just kept growing and growing and snowballing from there.
Yeah. Okay. It should be a fun show. We'll be there. Tope Suicida Squad. There's one piece of art I want to show, but Chris, do you want to kick off this section?
Well, just wrapping up the Guardians of the Academy. Doors open at 2:30, bells at 3. You know where it is. It's at the LSA.
Thanks for telling me. I actually didn't know.
You'll be there probably at like 9.
Now you'll be there on time, hopefully.
Yeah. You'll be there. You'll be there to watch Chico set up the ring, not help.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll yell at him that he's doing it wrong.
Wait, volume 2? That's probably my least favorite guard.
That's my favorite.
It is?
That's my favorite, yeah.
No way. It goes 1, 3, 2.
Dude, for me, it's tough. It might go. I love them all though, like a lot. But for me personally, it might go like 2, 1, 3. But I could interchange 1. 2 is always going to be number 1 for me. I think
that's
no. You know,
that's
for me,
crazy
I think for me, it's because I love my dad so much, and I love the themes about fatherhood throughout the whole movie, about him finally finding his real father, and then finding out it's not everything it meant to be, and then realizing he had that father figure in Yondu the entire time. I think is so good, and then Rocket's arc.
Yondu's great.
Yondu's so good in that movie, and then Rocket realizing, the real reason he's like such an a-hole is because of his own insecurities and whatnot. Yeah, I think it's so good.
And did your dad impregnate a bunch of people on different planets too? Or?
Dude, not that I know of, but hey, no,
there's a bunch that you're franchising different Alfonso dojos across the galaxy.
Exactly. If so, they better sign up and pay me.
You were the first. All the money.
They better buy my shirts.
Oh, great. Okay. Chris.
Tope Suicida Squad. Yeah. Yes, that happens that same day. But this one starts at 7. Well, doors open at 7, bells at 8. Same place, LSA. And if I'm not mistaken, you want to open up with this graphic here, right, Charlie?
Are you gonna? Yes. How did you know? Look, yo, check this out. When I saw this graphic, and I was like, I made a comment on it from our. I almost said something that I was like, maybe I shouldn't. But when I saw this graphic, I was like, yo, I recognize that hairline anywhere. Look at that. I know who that referee is, dude. I know who that referee is.
Absolutely. Okay, multiple comments about this artwork. First of all, I don't know if you can see my face, but I'm like looking closely. One, why do they They gave me like the accurate body mold because this is Koda's artist. I'll just call him out.
Okay.
Koda's
And they
guy
gave
hooked it
Koda a
up.
six pack.
And then you look at Koda and he's like jacked. I'm like, bro, when are you? First of all, you're not that tall. Second of all, you're not that lean. Third of all, you are nowhere near that shredded or defined.
He's so tall.
And third of all, the lump on his head's not nearly as big
it
as
is
it
there
should
though.
be.
It is there.
It should be there. It is there a little bit, but it should be much worse. And also, Two Juice, I'll just spoil alert, that was my idea. I was like, it's got to be
perfect.
Two Juice. And I'm sorry to have to break it to you guys, but he will not be at the show.
Oh,
I think he's in California for like a wedding or something.
Damn.
This was just an Easter egg. I was like, if we're gonna put a rep there, it's got to be Two Juice.
I commented. I said Two Juice in art form, but I wanted to be like, yo, I'd recognize that hairline anywhere. But I was like,
absolutely, dude.
That might be mean.
No,
I'm joking. Two Juice.
That and the half smile and the
little
dude,
crouch.
come on. How can you not blush looking at that man?
They took all of the fat from like Koda's body and like all of that, and they put it like in your ass.
Yeah, dude, that's the other thing too. It's like, dude, look at my posture.
I love the crane though. I love the crane.
Absolutely. And then Two Juice looks like he's like a foot shorter than he is in real life.
I know. Koda is so tall. It's like it's scary.
Yeah, he made sure to make him super jacked. I'm like, bro, if we're telling fairy tales here, then why don't you make me 6'3"? And then accuracy on Two Juice here, having to put his hand on his thigh because he's already blown up from wrestling. You can tell he's like,
it's fantastic. It's so funny.
So
if you're watching on YouTube, you will see the art, but it's also on Freelance's.
Yeah, if not, you guys can share it on your socials if you want.
Yeah.
Let them know once this comes out.
Julio A. Guerrera is the illustrator.
Yeah, he does all of Koda's individual match graphics. I think Koda realized he wasn't too good at promo, so that's why he's like, I'll just pay a guy to make artwork. That's what my guess is.
Damn, shots fired. It looks like he's got some X-Men artwork. That's kind of cool.
No, he does great. He does great work.
Akuma. That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. So, do you feel like is this like a little awkward? Every time you see Koda, is it awk? Is it just like, bro, why are you trying to like, front on me? And
yeah, he's trying to slide on me, bro. As the youth say. It's definitely weird. We've talked about it, I think, a little bit on the pod, but I'll bring it up here. I beat Danhausen in the ring. I get on the mic. Yeah, thank you, by the way. Mm-hmm. I'm fired up, you get those juices flowing, and I just start talking my talk on the mic, and I talk about how there's nobody that can stand up to me, and he just decides to come out and confront me, which is weird. Because when he sets out an open challenge for his belt, I'm thinking he's my friend. I'll let him do his own thing. I don't step up, save engagement.
That's his business.
But once the coin's flipped, he shows his true colors, and he doesn't like Alfonso getting the spotlight. So I think it's a little more telling on his part than it is mine.
Okay, so you think like he's jealous of you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I will dive deeper into that soon. You'll see. Little sneak preview. Hopefully, I think it should be happening here, but I believe we're set to record. We're going to do one thing Koda and I have in common is we're always thinking of different ways to introduce like newer things to freelance, or just because we don't want our biggest fear, I think, for both of us is repetition or our acts feeling like tired and like it's been done over and over again. So we're always thinking of different things, and I believe we're doing a sit down like face-to-face interview.
Ooh,
which we should be
hopefully Stone Cold, The Rock, and JR.
Yeah, exactly, and then we'll have a special guest.
Two Juice conduct this interview.
I wish, but he's gonna be too hammered. You're like,
It would be funny if he was just sitting there and not saying much, but just with drinking and sipping on two juices while.
Yeah, exactly. That a couple Modelo's. You're like, and then but I believe. No, we'll have a special guest doing it. Hopefully we get it done. If not, I'm gonna look like an idiot and an asshole if it doesn't actually.
A little moderator, kind of.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But we're planning on doing that. Unless he chickens out, then you'll just see me record a solo promo where I'll bury him.
Okay.
And
at the house of S.
Yes. Oh man, that was a good. That was a fun one.
So, like, are you gonna play "My Way" in the background by Limp Bizkit?
Ooh,
Like
maybe we'll see, dude. Maybe I don't know. You're gonna have to stay tuned though. Shout out camera guy Nick. Follow him. He does great work. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
I saw when I think it was it you were running up some steps?
Yes, with
And
camera guy Nick.
yeah, but then like the cutout version where it's like someone far away recording you guys, and it's just like
Yeah,
silent, and you're running up steps.
yeah. It was like seven steps or something.
Yeah,
It's yeah. There's like a bridge by this river that I live by.
yeah.
Out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, no, that was a fun idea. Yeah, a little Easter egg is I've been to the actual Rocky Stairs
Oh,
before. It was the
same. I think
best day of my
Philly,
life.
right?
Yeah, in Philly
There
at
you
the
go.
art museum, and well, I'll tell you because who cares? But like, I got footage of it. And I'm saving it because one day I don't know for what matchup, but I really want to record a shot for shot remake of that training
Okay,
montage, and I'm just gonna insert that clip at the very end.
that's perfect. You got to
Yeah,
mix in some. You got to mix in some Rocky 4 too, where he's like working on
that
at
no,
that
I'm
abandoned
gonna split.
cabin.
That's gonna be a different one. I'm gonna do that separately.
Okay. Okay.
There's this giant hill here, which will just be my mountain, which is nowhere near as big or
Yeah.
as impressive.
Can you imagine
And
you yelling at Coda?
yeah,
Just yelling at the
no,
top
I
of the
have to
mountain.
save it for someone more important. But
Oh wow.
no, we have plenty of stuff we're already doing for this matchup to be different. But that's another one I'm gonna save for sure. I have to do Rocky 4. Those are my two favorite Rockies, I think.
Yeah. That feels
1
like
and
a
4
freelance versus the world build up or something like that, you know?
for sure,
Someone
for
build
sure.
up to someone who maybe doesn't have a belt already, someone who's been annoying you for a while.
Oh yeah, that or honestly, it could be that or an Ego Pro because they're always bringing in big names.
Yeah.
Like got to wrestle Dango, which was cool.
Yeah. Wait,
Stuff
so are
like
the
that.
belts on the line?
Oh, just mine,
Just
which
yours.
is also
Okay.
very telling. You know,
You're
Yeah,
not
he's willing
interested
to
in the
why?
take
blue
this. He's
belt.
willing to take this matchup when he's got nothing to lose. But what does that say about me? I'm not scared. I'm not backing down. I'll gladly defend my belt. That's how confident I am. I'm
Yeah.
not losing anything, bro.
Yeah. There's no like
There you go.
stake in it for him, is there?
I
Just
guess
to
not.
beat you?
Besides humiliation, losing to somebody that's only got 1/10 of his experience. You know,
Right. All those
kid
old days
prodigy.
he's got. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Chris, what other matches are on this show?
We have Cole Radrick versus Trevor Outlaw with Frank the Clown.
Okay.
So
rematch, bro. It's a rematch. They wrestled at Emporium before. I know
Okay.
Trevor's been on a crazy not getting pin streak. He did lose to Cole Radrick before, so there's definitely like a wrong he's trying to right. And he's got Frank in his corner. Who knows what those two silly little gooses are going to be up to?
Crazy not getting pin streak. Has he still lost some of those matches?
Yeah, I believe a tag.
Okay.
And his tag partner ate the pin,
Okay.
and some scrambles, but he didn't get pinned.
Okay. That's like saying you're on a streak in soccer, but like 5 of your 6 have been draws. That's that's saying
Yeah,
that, you know? It's like, yeah, we
it's,
haven't lost in 5 games. It's like, yeah, you won 1 and drew 4.
it's like saying like I haven't struck out all season, but I've been on the bench every game.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but he has won a lot of his matches though. He beat Shaza. He
Okay.
won this last scramble. I could go on, but
And you know a good scramble when you see one.
oh, yeah, absolutely, dude. It's my favorite.
Yeah, definitely.
uh, we
Go
also
ahead,
have
Chris.
um, Chico versus Saving Gage.
My new best
So
friend,
everybody's
Saban
friend
Gage.
Chico.
My new, yeah, there he is. Look at that. Was it cold when he took that picture?
I think he's got a package on him, bro.
I think so. You might be stuffing some socks in there. But regardless, everybody's friend, but my best friend, Saban Gage, gonna make, I believe, quick work of Chico Suave. I think this is gonna be the first time Saban has height advantage. Someone.
Well, by the way, okay, can I clear some stuff up with the article? I need to clear some stuff up.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
I meant little in the sense of like he's pesky and annoying. Like he's like the henchman of Isaiah. That's why I wrote little. Yeah.
But it's so funny because if you see, he posts his gym pictures all the time because he's trying to not be little. Like it's something that actually bothers him. So for you to write little in the article, it was so funny.
My bad, Saban. My bad. My apologies.
Don't worry about it.
And then this is what I knew. I was like, we made the right choice because you guys are. By the way, that was such a funny episode. You read.
Oh, thank you.
The Shy 25.
You guys got to do one more list before you.
We will. All
right,
yeah.
Good.
We'll do that, and then there was something about. I wrote something about Missa K. I put her very high on the list because I think she deserved it, and I wrote like, yeah, she was like 3, and I wrote like she might not be everyone's cup of tea, and then all your reactions were like, oh, they buried her. And I didn't. What I mean, Missa K will tell you like what I mean by that is she knows that some even promotions or like she's got an edge to her. Like some people like, don't necessarily like her, but like she'll show you she's worth it. And that's kind of what I meant by that line.
I think I've heard her say that she's like the Aubrey Plaza of wrestling. You know, that actress from Parks and Rec?
Yeah, I know her.
She's got like her awkward kind of like humor style. It is for some people and it might not be for others, but
okay.
Either way, she's still, she's getting work. So like, that's all that matters.
When I was like, we try, it's like a good example. Cause like Chris and I try so hard to like, obviously we don't do dirt on this podcast and we've been told shit that we don't repeat. And like, this is not me like tooting our own horn. Like that's the way
when I shit myself that one time, I told you.
Yeah. Well, that got lost to that got absolutely lost to the ether. That story. But like, I realized when you guys were reading that article, I can't not step in a landmine every once in a while. Like I tried so hard to be objective, you know what I mean? And I'm still like little things I'm writing are still pissing off wrestlers. I'm like, I can't win.
No, I assure you, it's not your fault. It's just totally us busting your balls and and it's clearly all us making something of nothing, just to have fun, just to pop ourselves.
But it's like it's a good thing. Like when I hear you reading that, it's a good example of like what I'm trying to portray could still have a different perception for someone else, and like that's just always going to be a thing,
Props to you for listening to that entire episode because I was getting so mad listening to Koda read the old list.
Oh, he needs he needs hooked on phonics, bro. He needs help,
bro. He's part of Latino's Most Wanted. He can't even speak Spanish. And he could barely speak English.
What is his language? Like what? Koala?
I don't know. Whatever the accident that gave him that lump must have like smoothed out the part of his brain that reads. And
so many Red Bulls.
That too. Oh man, dude. We recorded this past Sunday at Egos, and he pulled up with 3. And I'm pretty sure by the time we were done, they were all empty. 3 Red Bulls.
No, come on. I can't. We can't have him having a heart attack. Like I mean, chill.
He's gonna pull a Randy the Ram in the ring with me or something. Yeah, he's gonna go for the Ram Jam like a wrestler.
Does he sleep?
I know he works out really late, so I think he's like he's like Hood Batman.
Isn't that what Triple H does? Doesn't Triple H work out at like midnight?
Something. I think I prefer to work out later than earlier because I don't think I'm awake until like 2.
Okay.
In the afternoon. You're just and I drive for a living, which probably isn't the best attribute to have.
Okay. But a Red Bull straight into a workout, you got to be going to bed at like 4 a.m.
I think his problem is his tolerance is too high. That's why me personally, like I'll feel like when I'm having too many and I'll take like a week or 2 off and just force myself to not have any like high caffeine. But
what do you think about Celsius drinks?
Oh, I love them, dude. Actually, I was having one a little bit ago. They had like a new cherry cola one I got.
Okay.
It was pretty decent. I like the sparkling ones. What about you?
I do. I like Celsius. That's like the one. I don't do like Red Bull Monster, but if they're great for if you don't get good sleep or if you like are hungover and you need to do stuff that day. I think they're great for that. Well, better than coffee in that sense.
Dude, I love Monster too, though, dude. I like sometimes I like to
Yeah,
drink
you like Guardians
monsters.
too, also.
Yeah, it's true. It's great. No, I like I sometimes I'll go on monster benders to see if my piss can match the color. And
Oh my.
You're just gonna like if you and Koda bleed in the ring, it's just gonna be energy drinks just
Dude, I'm pretty sure
soaking the mat.
I'm gonna chop Coda and he's gonna start lactating Red Bull.
Yeah, exactly. Oh god. Okay, yeah, those are the only 2 matches announced, and it's already sold out, I believe.
3. We was sold
3.
out with 2 matches announced. Just today was Chico and Saban announced, which
That's
it's
probably what
pretty
did it, right?
nuts.
That's probably what
Bro,
did the sell.
you know how scared I was for the first match as champion. I'm like, if this show doesn't sell out, I'm never gonna hear the end of this from Ego or anybody. I'm like,
Yeah.
please, and then luckily it did. Shout out Danhausen. But, this one's no, we were able to sell it out with just myself and Coda House and Radrick and Trevor. Just pretty nuts.
Yeah.
The Alfonso era is hot. It might make him
Oh,
money.
dude, making a killing, bro. Oh, yeah. Super grateful.
Selling
Super
shirts
grateful.
left and right, and Charlie, make
Dude,
sure
Stream
to
has
bring
just
a
got a new
koala just
design
in
up on
case.
Pro Wrestling Tees, dude. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, are they back yet?
Oh, no design?
Yeah, I got a new design. Can you pull it up on the stream somehow? You should
Yeah,
show
here
them.
we
It's
go.
pretty
Hold on.
Are
sick.
they back from were they on a cruise?
Yes, they were on the cruise and they're back now. I
Okay.
submitted. I think they were definitely backed up with like submissions because usually I get them like submitted like design approved quick. But this one took like a couple days probably because they were
Okay.
gone for like a long weekend. So yes, new design. Shout out to my brother on Instagram, Venom Romulus. He's a great artist. I pay him in Taco Bell, and he designs stuff for me. He designed my tights. Excuse me, and he oh, I've been drunk. I've been drinking this jug here, this jug of water. See, I care about the environment, so I save the jug after, and then I just pee in it
Okay, yeah.
to save electricity from the toilet or whatever. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fine.
new T-shirt design. If you're a fan of Queen, you'll recognize. You have to be more of a hardcore fan, I think. It's one of their lesser known not lesser known albums, but because they're all pretty popular. But
It's not the one with all their faces on it?
kind of that's Queen 2. That's the most famous one.
Yeah.
Uh, Most people confuse it. They'll call it the Bohemian Rhapsody cover, but Bohemian Rhapsody is on A Night at the Opera, which is like the white album with their logo on it.
Oh.
But they just recreated that for the music video, so that's why people get it confused.
Yeah.
And they recreated it for One Vision on their album much later, A Kind of Magic. Yeah, there it is. Brand new. That's the Hot Space album cover,
Okay.
which is got Under Pressure is the biggest song on that album for sure, with
Okay.
David Bowie. The one Vanilla Ice stole
Yeah.
and added
No,
one
it's
beat.
different, bro. It's different.
He added one extra pluck on the bass, so he's like, it's different enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was fun. I watched my brother make that. And I was like, man, dude, I could never. I'm like,
That's cool.
I'm too challenged artistically to figure.
I like
figure
how
out
it's
to do any of
called.
that.
I like how it's called One Man Dojo because it's true. It's just you 4 times.
Me.
You're the only person in the dojo.
I'm every member of the band.
You're every member of Queen.
Yeah, which is if you ever catch me in my car, I literally am every member of the band. You'll see me play every instrument and sing.
You air drum while air guitaring while driving.
Dude, whichever part is more dominant in the song at the moment.
Oh, so you
Absolutely,
switch, yeah.
dude.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's
You guys sing in the car or what?
Celsius.
Yeah. You guys sing in the car or what?
Yeah. I would say yeah. What have I been listening to recently? I've been listening to that Doechii album.
Oh yeah.
She's great.
She's amazing, dude. I was so happy to see her win the Grammy.
Yeah. And speaking of people who won Grammys, we had a conference call today, and I was 11 a.m. in the queue to get Beyonce tickets.
Oh,
for the Cowboy Car. I'm not going. Not that I do support her and I have seen her live, but this is for my wife. I was just in, and somehow I got 15th in the queue. Don't know how. So yeah, I'm in. Whatever the opposite of the doghouse is now. I am in that.
Oh,
I'm in the good
house
right
for
now.
her. Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
got
good
her and her
right
friends.
there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good husband. What about you,
big
Chris?
music
You
day.
sing or what, dude?
I don't listen to a lot of music On the
Oh, man.
drive, I listen to more music at home. On the drive, I'm listening to podcasts.
Sing us a song.
But
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I could do some Bad Bunny for you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
I,
Hell yeah.
I was
The
I was
wrestler?
in the in the doghouse because I didn't get no Bad Bunny residency tickets in Puerto Rico.
Oh, you
Like
should
that
have been
was
like, you're like, babe, I could do you one better. Bad Bunny's gonna be on Raw, and I got his tickets.
He wants to do wrestling again, I heard. He
That'd be
wants to come
sick,
back.
bro. Why not? Like we said, dude, the passion will always show in the performance, and like he loves it so much that he kills it every time he's on. Like I think the choice would be clear to bring him back on.
Yeah. That's a fun watch, that pay-per-view where I think it was in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, with Damian Priest.
Yeah, like the crowd in that makes the show really fantastic. That's a
Insane,
fun
dude.
watch. Yeah.
So crazy.
That's we're
I'll
gonna
rewatch
recreate
that
it.
entrance all
LSA.
the time, dude. Oh, yeah, dude.
LSA is gonna be
Absolutely.
popping like that, dude.
It's gonna be nuts. I keep saying nuts a lot. I don't know why.
It's a big day for you. Make sure you get your rest.
Absolutely.
And
double up on the Celsius.
No, I was gonna say just keep it to like 2. We want you to survive tonight.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Try not to poop myself.
That too. So
2 hard matchups in one day.
Can you sneak us into, maybe like put us in that secret bathroom that you guys do promos in?
Oh yeah.
In between shows.
We'll
just drink in there for like an hour and a half.
And just go under the stage and take a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put my like backpack and coat under there before.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to like have it on me.
Oh man.
Secret stage.
Or just sleep in I'm trying to think, where else could you sleep? I guess that's gonna be too cold to go on the roof. I don't want you guys to slip and fall.
Have you been up there?
Oh yeah, dude, that's where we keep the ring. So anytime we set up, there's that little door on the side behind where all the curtains are, kind of where we put all the curtains to block off like people walking to the entranceway. There's another door there, and then like there's like a fire escape there. You can go around and hop onto the roof from there, and then we just send all like the wood and the beams through like the metal gated. I probably shouldn't do that on camera. The metal the metal gate on the window. We slide everything through there, and they go straight onto the roof.
Oh wow!
Yeah, a little factoid, a little secret.
Yeah,
a little inside business.
That's how the sausage is made, dude.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Well, it's great. Thanks for coming on.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Time flew. Somehow we get to fill. Somehow Chris and I always fill an hour, and it just feels like.
We're like, this is gonna be 20 minutes, 25 tops. It's very short. Let's get people hyped up for the show, and before you know it, it's the 1 hour mark. So
absolutely, dude. Hey, it's better. You guys are growers, not showers.
Well, now the podcast is declining, so
that's, I'm neither.
You guys are on. You guys got to carry the mantle. So start having people on.
Yeah,
doing interviews and shit.
I think you guys should maybe just do like a bi-yearly podcast.
Bi-yearly?
Yeah. It was like every 2 years just pop back up.
Right.
Hey, it's been just like it's been a while since the last time we recorded.
We got a lot to recap on. Sure. Yeah, I mean, at least maybe you guys should at least keep posting your articles whenever you can and whatnot. I think the boys would appreciate it.
I've thought about that. I've thought about just turning it into a blog, and like if I feel like writing, just write.
Yeah, that's the word.
So
I think it'd be fun. Just whatever you if you see stuff that you think is worth kind of talking about, I think that'd be a cool little outlet. Just type it up and post it.
Yeah,
I'd assume it's certainly got to be less work than finding time for both of you to hop on, like record and make sure the mics are on and whatnot.
Damn, that's
it's really only like the second joke of that, and you look at the champ. Look at the champ, dude.
Hydrating.
That's what he does. Dude, he's no days off. Absolutely 0 days off, dude.
Yeah, dude, that thing's sharp, dude. Those stars hurt, dude. I grab them sometimes, dude. Oh.
Can you go slam a raw egg for us?
Dude, no.
How funny would the clip? That would be a great clip. Go slam a raw egg. Come on, Chad.
No, I'm not going down.
Dude, please.
Here's the thing.
Eggs are expensive nowadays.
I would, but believe it or not, I'm in my underwear right now. And I'm not trying to
believe it.
I'm in my underwear. It's cold. I'm not.
Aren't you on your phone?
Yeah, I am on my phone.
Yeah, just hold it above. Hold it close to your face.
Dude, if you look at that promo camera guy Nick and I shot the trailer for Team Alfonso Dojo or whatever.
Yeah.
When I drink those raw eggs, I almost immediately throw up. I feel it go down, and then it immediately comes all the way back up in one. I was like, oh.
It's slimy both ways.
I went to a bachelor party after that, and it was, dude, I felt the feeling and like the texture and the flavor in my throat like almost the entire time. I was like, oh. And I don't drink or anything, so I just had to deal with it.
That's brutal.
Yeah, I was crushing lemonades, and it wouldn't go away.
All right.
Lemonades gave me a good buzz.
We need to wrap this up. We're getting off the rails, although
for sure.
I would keep it going for an egg chuck. It doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Maybe next time. Maybe if you get me on before, I'll try and drink a raw egg in its entirety. To get me on another time.
If we do like a year-end stream, which we will.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
We're going to do it then. It's just going to be a shit show.
Give me more time. I'll get real close to the mic too.
Okay. I told Chris, I'm like, dude, our year-end stream, I think we're just gonna get drunk for like 3 hours on.
I think that'd be great. Don't edit any of it either.
No, absolutely.
Don't edit everybody.
Yeah, we're just gonna say what we really feel before we ride off into the sunset.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm sick of being the nice guy. It's time to say what's been on my mind all these years. Absolutely.
Right. Till then, we'll just be putting in minimal effort.
Yes. There you go.
Alfonso Gonzalez, where can people find you? Your socials? You're a co-host of a podcast. You're the champ. Let us know.
I'll tell you where. As I put my title over my shoulder for the audio listeners, look, if you want to follow Alfonso, you can find me everywhere pretty much, online at least. You can find me on Instagram at @thealfonso_G, on X or Twitter, as the old folks say. Just the Alfonso G. ProWrestlingTees.com. Look up Alfonso Gonzalez. Got some fun shirts on there. Some shirts I've never even printed for myself, but I just thought the designs were funny. I put up there. Brand new shirt is there as well. Hopefully I'll have them ready for the new show, which I believe I should. But if not, they'll definitely be in March, which, spoilers, is an Emporium show.
Damn, exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive. That's why when we announced that we're selling tickets for April, because Emporiums, they sell those tickets through their website.
Correct.
So that's why we're like selling tickets for April now. A little inside baseball from the champion.
Damn. But businessman extraordinaire.
Yeah. If you want to follow me on any of those socials, please like and share my promos. The engagement always helps. I put a lot of effort into them, and I honestly, for me, it's just as fun as actually wrestling.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Thank you guys for helping us sell out these shows. March 8th upcoming, we got Ego Pro at Olympia Fields. Myself and Ego teaming against Latinos Most Wanted. I get to be Koda twice.
The road to the Lucha launch.
Oh, dude, get the ambulance ready for everybody. But yeah, be there. More Ego Pro shows already been announced. We're gonna be at a Dome soon as well. A lot of fun stuff coming. A lot of fun stuff coming from Freelance. Maybe underground. Maybe, who knows? I can't say anything, but keep your eyes open. Who knows? And then just find me anywhere. Any support, whether it's buying a shirt, liking, sharing a promo, will be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, this is the year of Alfonso. Let's keep it going.
Exactly. Just 1 year. It's over after that, dude. Just like you guys. Once you guys hang it up, I'm done.
Okay, we'll go out together.
Yeah, this thing's heavy. Oh,
yeah. That's fun.
All right. So we'll wrap it up. We'll see you at the LSA. We'll see if we stick around for both shows, but if not, for sure we'll be there for the first one. Guardians of the Academy. I was gonna say Galaxy, but that's the poster right behind you. There it is.
It's inverted camera. There.
Yeah. Volume 2 stinks.
There we go.
Volume
2. Nah, man. And then where's my Christian Cage 8x10? There it is.
shoved up in that corner.
Yeah, above the window.
All right.
That's enough song.
twoheelsandaface.com. That's where you can find all the articles, podcasts, previous episodes, pretty much everything. We're now on Blue Sky, right?
We're on
Two
Blue
Heels and a
Sky.
Face.
I already
Yeah.
had some meaningful interactions with people on Blue Sky. We're boycotting. I'm going to call it Twitter because I'm old.
Oh,
And
yeah.
or Instagram too. We're going to be posting them there. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, follow me on TikTok too. Unless you're trying to steal my data, that's not appreciated. But, you know what's so embarrassing about TikTok, dude? All these videos I'm most proud of. I don't know how the algorithm works, but they only get like 32 views. And then like the dumbest stuff that I don't expect to blow up gets like thousands of views. I'm like, how does this happen?
Dude, I do those like stupid filter games and they get like I feel like it's so easy to get interaction on there.
Oh, absolutely, dude. It's the attention span of all these children.
You got to do those do like a ranking filter where it's like all
like,
wrestling related or something.
They shuffle and you're like boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Yeah, do one of those. You'll go viral.
Sure. I'll have to.
There we go.
Cool.
All right. Well, take care. See you at the LSA.
Bye.
Later.
Peace, champ.
Later. Champ's here.